Thank you for joining us on Studio G. My name is Rian Shappy.
And I'm Jonathan Constantino. Let's get started.
Sad news this past Easter Monday as Pope Francis, the beloved leader of the Catholic Church, passed away at age 88. Here's reporter Blake Lee with more.
Currently at St. Elizabeth Church, where today was a gathering of prayers and a mass funeral in the passing of Pope Francis.
Pope Francis passed away Monday morning suffering from a long battle of heart problems, just one day after celebrating Easter. He was elevated to papacy in the year 2013 and was the first Latin American to lead the church. Known for his efforts in modernizing church governance and loyalty to the interfaith dialogue, Pope Francis played a role in the financial era in the Vatican during his 12-year mission. He was 88.
If you want to watch the final funeral of Pope Francis, it will be shown this Saturday at 10 a.m. Check your local sites and channels. Studio G, Blake Addison.
Pope Francis will be remembered for all the contributions he made throughout his life and his work with the Catholic Church.
The body of Las Vegas veterinarian Sean Frenner was found in Las Vegas Lake Mead last Friday. Frenner was reported missing on April 6, shortly after a video of him kicking a horse went viral. The veterinarian defended his actions in a Facebook post, stating that he was trying to aid the horse's breathing during sedation. Comments followed, accusing him of animal abuse and calling him for veterinary license to be revoked. He was quickly put under legal investigation for animal cruelty. Frenner's family later reported him missing after finding his truck abandoned at Lake Mead. His phone, keys, and wallet were still inside. Frenner's identity was still confirmed on Monday, but his cause of death is still unknown and the investigation continues. Las Vegas has been shifting job markets and economic challenges. What do the latest numbers say about Nevada unemployment?
The highest unemployment rate at 5.7% according to recent data. In 3 different metropolitan areas, Las Vegas has the unemployment rate of 5.6%, Reno has 4.7%, and 4.5% in the Carson area in March 2025. And in Nevada counties, the lowest unemployment rate was in Elko County at 4.3% and Mineral County at the highest rate of 9.6%. While the unemployment rates have slightly improved, Clark County is hosting a job fair on May 1st at the Las Vegas Convention Center from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. There will be around 100 employers in the attendance with potential entry level to professional positions.
The fight for unemployment still remains. There are still signs of resilience across the Las Vegas with renewed efforts to support unemployed individuals.
It's official, UNLV interim president has finally been solidified. Chris Heavey has signed a 3-year contract to be interim president of the university. Under the terms of the contract, he can be considered for the permanent position of university president, but only after serving 1 year as interim. Heavey has been with UNLV for more than 30 years, working first as a professor and later serving various leadership roles. Congratulations to our new interim president. There has been incidents here at UNLV where students are getting their visas revoked. What was once 4 has now turned into 7 students who have gotten their visas revoked here at UNLV, all within the time span of a month. For these international students, UNLV has not been mentioning the names of these students due to federal privacy laws. It's been stated that the removal of the visas can potentially be targeting students who have participated in activism. However, a specific reason for these removals is still unclear. This has sparked concerns and uncertainty around campus, questioning the rights of the international students who attend UNLV. For this or any reason necessary, students are able to access the UNLV Immigration Clinic and also the Mental Health and Wellness Center.
On Earth Day, Las Vegas locals might have noticed some new artwork up on the Sphere. This was for a special occasion for some students in the Valley. For the past 2 months, voting has been going on for the Sphere XO Student Design Challenge. Students of all ages created artwork for the Sphere, and the winners were announced on April 22nd. Earth Day, there was 2 winners from each elementary, middle school, high school, and college. The UNLV winners were Sebastian Ruby and Gage Glass. They each received $10,000 as a scholarship. Congrats to the winners, and I'll keep a look for their artwork on the Sphere. Right here on campus, there's a dance show going on this weekend. The UNLV dance students are putting on their final show of the semester this Friday and Saturday. The show is called Convergence, and it is located in the Dance Studio 1, which is the Alta Ham Fine Arts building on campus. All of the dances in the show were choreographed by dance major students. The students also make up the production crew, who run the lights and sound. You can buy tickets online or at the box office, and the show times are Friday at 7:30 and Saturday at 2:30 and 7:30. This is a good way to support the fine arts students here at UNLV.
Get ready to light up your night because 95.5 HD2 The Beat is bringing you the ultimate silent disco happening tonight from 7 to 10 p.m. outside the GUA courtyard. Grab your crew, bring your ID, and get your free headphones at the door. You choose your vibe, switch between disco, throwbacks, or EDM anytime you want. And don't forget, it's neon themed, so dress to glow. Entry is absolutely free. Just show up, show your ID, and get ready to dance like nobody is watching. Bring your friends, spread the word, and we'll see you on the dance floor, Rebels.
Coming up, the saga continues as universities stand firm in their fight against the Trump administration's demands.
Plus, the Department of Education plans to resume debt collections. What will this mean for collectors coming up after the break?
Every year, thousands of people are hospitalized by the flu, a virus that is easily preventable through vaccination. The virus transmits through any close contact, so getting your shot is the first step in stopping the spread. The more people that get the vaccine, the less likely it becomes for you to contract and infect others with the virus. With flu season in full effect, there is never a better time than now to get your flu shot. Talk to your local doctor, pharmacy, or visit the CDC website at www.cdc.gov for more information. Do your part to stop the spread of the flu and schedule your flu vaccination today.
Every 7 minutes, a pedestrian is killed or injured due to impatient and reckless driving and careless walking. For everyone's safety, don't be reckless. Watch the road.
In today's world, getting to know your neighbors isn't just about being friendly, it's about keeping your community safe. Building strong connections with those around you creates an extra layer of security. Neighbors who know each other can help prevent intruders by noticing when something seems off. And when natural disasters strike or emergencies arise, those same connections can make all the difference. Getting to know your neighbors isn't just about community, it's about safety and support. Take some time today to get to know your neighbors. You never know when you might need each other.
Welcome back to Studio G. Before we jump into our national block, let's kick it over to Evan for the weather.
Welcome back to the Studio G News Report. I'm Evan Carroll. Getting into our current temperatures. The current temp is about 72 degrees sunny. It's the wrong one. On campus, expected high temperature is about 71 degrees. This looks like it might be the wrong thing, so that's a little inaccurate. The high of today is about 85. It'll get there at about 3 o'clock. Moving on to the sunset time, that is also not accurate. It should say, I believe, 7:22 instead of 5:33. Going on to our evening planner, this is not correct information. We're going to send it back to the desk to see if we can get this figured out. We're going to send it back over to you guys.
Sorry, Evan, but thank you for that. Starting with the 2025 Holo Holo Music Festival, which will take place on April 26th and 27th at the downtown Las Vegas Event Center. The festival focuses on island reggae and Pacific Islander music and culture. This year's lineup includes notable acts like Common Kings, UB40 and featuring Ali Campbell, Josh Chitofi, Steel Pulse, and Inside Out. In addition to live performances, the festival offers Hawaiian and Pacific Islander food vendors and cultural activities. It's a family-friendly event, open to all ages and serves as a key celebration of island music and in a mainstream U.S. setting. If you're looking for another fun event to attend this weekend, the Las Vegas Level Up Expo is coming to town. The annual convention will run from tomorrow, April 25, to Sunday, April 27, and it'll feature a wide variety of celebrity guests, games, and collector's items. If you're interested in attending, badges are on sale through the Level Up Expo website and can be bought at the door. We're going to be tossing it over to weather now with Evan. Thank you.
All right, welcome back to the Studio G weather report. I believe we have everything in order now. Our current temp right now is 80 degrees and sunny. It'll heat up a little bit throughout the day, but we'll get to that in a second. As you can see, the valley forecast, there is a little bit of variation. You can get as cold as 76 in Anthem, as high as 82 in Henderson, but typically it will only vary about 1 or 2, maybe 5 or 6 degrees at the most. Moving on to the expected high temperature, like I said, it is 85 degrees at 3 p.m. So if you're gone by then, you'll be fine. If you're still here, you might want to re-up on your water. Moving forward, our sunset time is 7:22. It is not 5:33. Moving forward, we have a big event tonight. The draft is tonight. As you can see, the weather doesn't change much from the start of the pre-draft to when the Raiders pick, because they pick very high and they weren't very good. But it ends at around 9 o'clock. It should be around 71 degrees. Going into our 7-day forecast is about 85 degrees to start today. It'll stay a little hot tomorrow. It'll get into cooler weather on Saturday. But on Saturday, it is going to be a little windy. Same with Sunday. The allergies are going to be pretty bad, so you might want to keep your Allertech on standby. But then next week, it'll heat back up, get up towards 90 towards the Wednesday. And then finishing off, that's going to do it for our weather. I'm going to send it back over to the desk. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you, Evan, for that weather update. In some somber news this week, as the region's deadliest terrorist attack in decades has taken place in India-controlled Kashmir. Reporter Evan Carroll has more.
Attack near the small mountain town of Pahalgam. A group of tourists were visiting a nearby meadow in the Baisaran Valley when a small group of militants emerged from the forest and began opening fire. 25 Indian citizens and 1 Nepalese citizen were among those killed, with bystanders telling the Washington Post that the inaccessibility, as the valley is only traversable on foot or horseback, made administering aid much more difficult. No official death count has been released, and no group has come forward to claim responsibility. Despite this, Indian media outlets have accused the Resistance Front, or TRF, a group that was banned in New Delhi as a terrorist organization in 2023, yet no verifiable information has come to light. The region has a tumultuous history, as both India and Pakistan have claimed ownership of this area since the country's partition in 1947. Indian officials condemned the attack, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi wrote on social media that the attackers will be brought to justice. He continued to say, "Our resolve to fight terrorism is unshakable, and it will get even stronger."
Condemned the attack in a post on Truth Social, his social media platform.
Funding has been cut for Harvard and many other Ivy League schools.
And work on our campuses. Harvard President Alan Garber ends with this.
That has implications for what kinds of views can be expressed on campus. They also want to be able to tell us who we need to fire. And they also want to intervene in our admissions processes. That is what we are objecting to.
It questions how these schools will be able to continue on or recuperate without funding.
A significant policy change, the U.S. Department of Education announced it will resume collection on defaulted student loans starting May 5th, ending a 5-year pause initiated during the COVID-19 pandemic. After a 5-year hiatus, the Department of Education is set to restart collections on defaulted student loans beginning May 5th. This move affects approximately 5.3 million borrowers who have not resumed payments since the pandemic-induced pause. The Department of Education will contact affected borrowers via email within 2 weeks, providing updates on policy changes. Borrowers may also enroll in income-driven repayment plans such as the Saving On a Valuable Education Save Plan, and which adjusts payments based on income and family size. However, there is concerns that the SAVE plan could be discontinued under the current administration. Education Secretary Linda McMahon emphasizes that these measures are necessary to uphold financial accountability and foster both individual and national economic stability. Critics, however, argue that resuming the collection could increase financial hardships for struggling families. This is what Press Secretary Caroline Levitt had to say.
No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans?
Borrowers concerned about the resuming of collection are encouraged to contact the Default Resolution Group and explore available repayment options. For more information, visit the Department of Education official website. Another major development in the ongoing opioid crisis, Walgreens, one of the nation's largest pharmacy chains, has agreed to pay up to $350 million to settle federal allegations tied to its role in the opioid epidemic. Walgreens has reached a settlement with the U.S. Department of Justice, agreeing to pay up to $350 million to resolve claims it's illegally filled millions of opioid prescriptions between 2012 and 2023. The DOJ accused Walgreens of violating federal laws by ignoring clear warning signs known as red flag and by seeking government reimbursement for prescriptions it allegedly knew were invalid. Lawsuits from whistleblowers added pressure, with former employees saying they were urged to rush prescriptions without proper review. While the company denies any wrongdoing, Walgreens say settling allows it to move forward, resolving all outstanding opioid litigation with federal, state, and local governments. The company is already navigating financial headways, including store closures and shrinking customer base. This deal adds to more than $50 billion in opioid-related settlements paid by drug manufacturers, distributors, and retailers. In 2022, Walgreens agrees to a separate $5.5 billion settlement with state and local governments. The company will pay over initial $300 million, with another $50 million due if it sells or merges before 2032. Walgreens says it's focusing now on reforming and rebuilding trust.
Coming up next, the NFL draft is here and more on that and all things entertainment coming up next.
Drunk driving is more than just a fine. It's lives lost, someone's family member gone, and futures ruined. One choice can lead to a lifetime of regret. Are you willing to pay that price and ruin someone's life? If you drink, find a safe way home. Look out for others, because no amount of fun is worth losing a life.
In today's world, getting to know your neighbors isn't just about being friendly, it's about keeping your community safe. Building strong connections with those around you creates an extra layer of security. Neighbors who know each other can help prevent intruders by noticing when something seems off. And when natural disasters strike or emergencies arise, those same connections can make all the difference. Getting to know your neighbors isn't just about community, it's about safety and support. Take some time today to get to know your neighbors. You never know when you might need each other.
The world is predicted to generate at least 220 million tons of plastic waste in the year of 2024. 70 million tons are predicted to end up in our environment. It's not hard to do. Recycle.
Welcome back to Studio G. Let's jump right into the fun stuff. A lot of things happened this week.
But first, here's reporter Aaliyah with this week's music update.
Well, my favorite part, mark your calendars, because the Screen Actors Guild, or SAGs, has officially announced that the 32nd SAG Awards will air on March 1st, 2026. This will be the third year that Netflix hosted the live stream. Make sure to check it out this year.
And speaking of screens and film, for UNLV students participating in the Spring Flicks Film Festival, films are due tonight, April 24, by 11:59 p.m. Films must also be submitted alongside a $35 entry fee and a submission form. Those submitting bumpers for the festivals must also get their submissions in before April 27 at 11:59 p.m. Films will be screened on May 1st and 2nd at 6 p.m. in the Flora Dungan Humanities Building. Winners of the Spring Flicks Film Festival will be announced on May 8 at 6 p.m. at the UNLV Film Honors Celebration. A new Netflix original building is slated to open up here in the Valley in the near future. Netflix will have a permanent Netflix house built right here in Las Vegas, along with locations in Philadelphia and Dallas. The idea is for Vegas to get even grander, as Netflix is planning to build a large experimental house that will host a wide range of themed experiences based on their films, something similar to what has already been built here, in Netflix's restaurant, which serves themed food based on the company's productions.
WrestleMania was this past weekend, and here are some of the highlights. A new World Heavyweight Champion has been crowned with Jey Uso, as well as an insane triple threat main event on Sunday. Seth Rollins taking the win, and Sunday comes and the biggest highlight is John Cena taking home his record-breaking 17th world title with some slight interference from Travis Scott. The attendance was revealed during the show, and the number between Saturday and Sunday was over 124,000 fans. Tonight, childhood dreams come true as the 2025 NFL Draft is taking center stage in Green Bay, Wisconsin, making this the first time the draft has been held in Green Bay since 1940. While last year's draft made history with 6 quarterbacks selected in the first 12 picks, this year's class comes with their own flair. Top prospect like Miami quarterback Cam Ward, who is widely expected to be the #1 pick, and Colorado Travis Hunter are expected to make headlines. A deep class along with other prospects like linebacker Abdul Carter from Penn State and Boise State running back Ashton Jennings. This will be a total of 257 picks this year's draft, with the Tennessee Titans having the first selection, and on a more local note, Las Vegas Raiders have the 6th selection in the draft. The NFL draft starts tonight at 5 p.m. our time and goes through this Saturday. You can watch the draft on ESPN, ABC, and keep up with the latest news on ESPN.com. For more news, both on and off campus, you can check our student-run student sports show, Rebel Report. It airs every Thursday on 1:30 on their own YouTube channel.
But first, here's reporter Aaliyah with this week's music update.
You practice, you prepare, and you compete. But being a teammate means much more than working together for the win, especially when it comes to player safety. This includes concussions. There's simply no denying that these are serious brain injuries that call for
Doechii releases her highly anticipated music video for Anxiety. SZA's SOS breaks Adele's 21 record for the most weeks spent in the top 10 on the Billboard 200 for albums by women. Luther spends its 9th week at #1 on the Hot 100, while Nokia moves down from 2 to 3, and Die With a Smile is back up to #2. Morgan Wallen remains the #1 artist for 17 weeks straight, followed by Kendrick Lamar, Sabrina Carpenter, SZA, and Chappell Roan. Last but not least, Coachella Weekend 2 comes to an end. This year's lineup was one for the books, and we can't wait to see what they have planned for next spring. That's all I have for you today. See you guys next week.
Thanks for the update, Aaliyah. My favorite part is that Luther's still #1. I love that song from Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, honestly, I love Lady Gaga's Die With a Smile, but oh man, to see it just stay there.
Yeah, but it's still #2, so they're still top.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. This past Tuesday, we celebrated Earth which is more than just another day. Let's take a moment to look at all the places around Las Vegas and realize Earth is actually kind of amazing.
Even out here in the city of Las Vegas, we are mostly surrounded by sun, rocks, and sand. We still have nature that shows up from trees to mountains and the way the light hits our desert dome at sunset.
You don't completely have to go off the grid to show that you care, because sometimes it's simply just noticing what's around you. Little things like turning off the faucet when you're not using it, throwing away waste and recyclables where they belong, and simply just taking a second to appreciate where you live.
So go outside, touch some grass, and absorb the beauty in the desert. And just keep in mind the Earth is actually pretty cool, and let's keep it that way.
Thank you for joining us today on Studio G.
And be sure to tune in for more news next week.